Hello, everybody. Again, this is the Pagan Connection, and we're back talking about some different forms of uses for runes. I am working with an older set of Anglo-Saxon runes, and today we're going to talk about using runes on pictures for divination and some other applications. So we'll start off with using them with pictures. I have an old picture here. It's from around 1975, 1976. And we'll take our rune set. And so your question may be a million different things, but you focus on one question at a time and you put your energy into your runes. Today we'll ask, is this person related to me? Please remember that the way that you place your hand on your rune cup is important. Your left hand is the receiving of energy hand, and your right hand is the giving of energy hand. So you always put your right hand over the top of your cup and the left hand at the bottom of your cup so that the energy flows from your cup and back into your cup to make a circle. And you concentrate your energy to go around in that circle through your mind with your question and back through and then make a connection with the picture. Cast. Remember always when you cast your runes, never adjust them. Always let them exist the way that they fall. If they're stacked, they are stacked for a reason. If they fall to the ground, you let them lie. So in a reading on a picture, you look at the runes that fall onto the picture as the answer to your question. And the ones that are on the outside in the parameter may be viewed as extra help. So we see here the rune Berkana, and it says birth, love affair. That's that one, but we got to look at everything together. So on the outside, and we're looking at look at the way he is sitting. This is his left, and that is going to be, let me look at that closer. I think that's Laguz. No, that's man. And man with his legs up in the air. So we're looking at a very, like a negative mortality manipulation and a blank and then the birth. So this is a negative, and this birth is on top of two blanks. So that would say a no. And then over here on this corner, on the opposite corner, you have the diamond, which is ingus, which is laying sideways, and impotence, toil, kind of toil, production, impotency. So this person is not related to me. I don't need any extra help. But if I was to go out here on the extra help on the outskirts directly outside, I could look at man, and then I could look at this one over here, which is, who is this? Let me see closer. Suilo? No, Iwas. And that's fallible, destructibility. So that's a failure on the man's part to have created this person. So my father did not create that person, is what it's telling me. Do you see how that works? So you can go out. This conglomeration right here would be a stack of reasons why it is not related to me. Okay? So this is a picture reading. Pretty simple, pretty downright. We can ask another question of this picture. In the picture, you can see he is playing an electric guitar. So let me show you this picture. He is playing an electric guitar, sitting on a bed, and there's a few things at bedside, and he's wearing some like boots and some bell-bottom jeans. So let's ask, I'm going to turn the picture this way towards you so that you can see it a little bit better. And let's ask, okay, I'll ask if he plays guitar. Good question. Oh, we have somebody standing up tall. Now remember, you don't knock that down. That is up tall for a reason. And it looks like the one that's standing up tall is Hagalas. Hagalas is the wrath of nature, destruction, trials, tests. So right away that tells me he wants to play guitar. He's trying to play the guitar. Maybe he's practicing. He's practicing to play the guitar. But let's look at all of these because there's lots of them just crammed onto that picture. So he has what is in the past and in the future here. Boy, there's just a lot on that picture. You've got behind Hagalas, you have Algis, and you have Kinas, and Algis is on a unknown, a blank, and then there's the home structure, structured atmosphere, so that would go hand in hand with practicing, and you know, it looks like he's been practicing for a while. And then you have Isa, these egomania, blindness, deceit, illusion. It's like he's fooling himself. He thinks he's going to be able to do it. He thinks he's good. He's got a big ego about it. You know, he really thinks he's good. In the front, yeah, all of this is on this side, but in the front, what is the actuality? Say he's not very good. Because there's a big blank, and then underneath it is our mystery Perth. Perth is that uncertainty, that well, everybody has a different meaning for Perth. Some say it's birth, some say it's addiction or mystery, some say it's the vagina. So We would have to say that it's a hidden talent and it's an unknown blossoming talent. We don't know that if he's going to be able to develop it at this point. Uh, Over here on this side, we have Gibo or Hebo. And Hebo is the blessing rune. Um, the blessing rune, it's a gift. He does have the potential to develop the gift, but it's really basically up to him. The man is here. There's an unknown there. Then there's the man, and then an unknown, and then the unknown out here. So it really just depends on him and how much he practices. So the answer to the question, does he play guitar? Um, he thinks he can play it, but he's not very good. In reality, he needs a lot of practice, and it really depends on him whether or not he'll be a good guitarist or not. That's what that says. Now, I know this person from my childhood, and I will tell you that that was spot on. Okay. So that's how you do readings on pictures. Now, I'll show you if I remove my glass top, I have a talking board. And on a talking board, you can use your runes in a variety of different ways, okay? So let's say I want to do a rune for reading for the rest of the month of through the end of the year. And I will put the end of the year into my thoughts here. So I'm going to ask, in general, what will the end of the year for the Western world bring us? You remember, whatever falls off the table is left off the table. It's off the table, literally, in that cliche. It's off the table. You cannot collect it. Okay. Now, on a talking board, you read the runes in either an alphabetical or symbolic sense, or in their energy wise meaning. Now I'm just going to go with the energy meaning, and in the sense of if they're touching letters, they're speaking in that form. So we have a G, and we have an R, and we have an A. So that can be a variety of different things. And usually what I do when I'm doing a reading, I will write down different clues because they can mean a variety of things, and you have to go all the way through the reading and then look at things very closely. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it could take a long time. So my point is just to teach you how to do it, and you can work through it. But you look now, this one particular, it's a blank, so it's not contributing. It has no letter on it. It's a blank. Okay. So it's not contributing. So it's halfway between the G and the H. So it could be either or both. Generally, it means it's both. So GH would go down on my paper. And then this one here is between the Q and the R, but it also has the TIR, or I'm sorry, wrong alphabet, the Maltese. And that is, um, let me look it up because I don't remember, the N. So you have the GH, the N, the Q, the R, and then you have the A, and here you have upside down, but we're not looking at that, we're looking at the alphabet. You have Urus, and Urus is U. So you have the U. So you write those down, and you may or may not have a word, then you move on, okay? And so now you're looking at, you write down all of the ones that are showing, you look at the numbers that they're touching, you write down the letters that are showing, you write down, you know, any kind of symbols that they're touching. There's a yes, there's, you know, numbers, number 1, number 9 with the algis that is upside down, so it's a -9, bad number. No, there's a blank on number 22. So you look at all of that. The core of my board. Now everybody's boards are different too, so you have to look at the meanings on your boards, okay? And where things are touching. So, you know, my symbolage here on the yes with my Jera, you know, all of that. Who's asking? What are you asking? How does it work? Okay, so let me take the clutter of all of that away and simplify what I just said. Look at your whole board. Write down all of the letters that are showing. Write down what they're telling you. Work it out into, it's like working a puzzle, like a code, and the symbolage that you're seeing. Note the binding runes, the unknown factors that they're combining, and what they're saying to you. Make a note of those things, and when you have it all worked out, then you look at your whole thing and you look at your board again, and you see what it is telling you. It may take you 20 minutes, it may take you an hour. Working with runes is very particular. Most of the time when I cast my runes, I like to just sit and look at them and contemplate them for a moment, because runes have their own energy, and when you look at them and you listen, they will speak to you. When you look at this, for example, okay, you have here, for example, here's Awas, and Awas is transportation. It's sending energy, it's communication, it's sending messages, it's sending, it's movement. It's right on this wheel, okay? And it's right on the yes, the positive motion. It's moving. So it means what it's saying. It's telling me that it's sending something, but it's surrounding with unknown factors. And there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 unknowns sending. Right there on that wheel. So that's important. It's an important factor to notice. Then right here you have good old Feu. And Feu is money, it's hope, it's luck, it's success, it's happiness. And it is right on that wheel too. And it's right in front of that motion. So it's going there. But over here you have 22. 22 is a universal number that is a balanced number. Some call it like an angel number. It's a universal number. And again, you have, these are very positive numbers, and it's a positive movement. So it's telling me that there's positive movement happening. There's there's going to be some positive movement happening for the end of the year going forward. Another unknown factor right here. And we come into, here's man, and here's Laguz. And Laguz, what Laguz represents is a breakthrough, an awakening, awareness, a planning. And it's right there at the top of the year, at the 12 o'clock hour, right there. Man, 12 o'clock, a breakthrough. How interesting is that? So you have this movement coming through, and boom, there's a breakthrough. And like out here in the universe, there's something happening out there, way out there. And that is Urus. And Urus is upside down. So it's not reversed, it's upside down. So it's like a reflection of what's happening down here. It's reversed up there. So it's like physical strength or speed reversed up there. Kind of interesting. And then here we go. It's almost like it's saying in the new year, number 1, there we have it right here, is Sowulo, life force, health, victory, honor, success. Well, what have we been facing all year? COVID, right? And here we have January, we have a breakthrough, January, number 1. Here's the wheel of the year. Here's the wheel, everything moving towards positivity. Boom, right there on January. And it says, guess what? Life force, health, victory, success. I like that reading. So we have a breakthrough. We're going to get out of this COVID. That's what it sounds like to me. Sounds beautiful. And then we have over here, right underneath the 2, but inside of the wheel. So inside, kind of like at the core of things, we have Jera. And Jera is peace, happiness, hope, earlier efforts realized. So everything that everybody's been trying to do comes to fruition. And then again, right on the wheel, over here, kind of around March and April, unknowns. Unknowns, not telling us. Because I didn't ask what was going to happen all year, did I? I just asked what's going to happen for the end, through the end of the year. And these little guys over here, this protection, and this is, can't see him. Who is that? Oh, that's not these. Endurance, survival, determination, and patience. So it's like, we're protected. Be patient. Everything's okay. Everything's going to work out. And that's what it's saying. And again, here's this unknown factor out here. Way out here in the God zone. Way out there. Where the goddess, the moon, all thrive out there. Way out there. Hecate, the goddess. Huh, interesting. In the center, in the eye, in the core, you have this pile up right here. And right on top of it is the arrow. And the arrow is the warrior. The arrow is, but the arrow here is not upright. So it's telling you, you know, put your arms down, put your fighting down. Try to relax, try to be patient. Next to it, you have Wunjo, that joy, comfort, pleasure, fellowship, glory, you know. He's laying down, he's got his head down too. So you're not really comfortable right now. That's where you're at right now. And underneath it is the unknown. And below it, where you've been, it's been unsecure, unknown, and all around you right now is unknown, but that's where you're going. So this goes like that, and it's a spiral, and it's telling you there's going to be a breakthrough. Boom, things are going to get better. Feel good about your future. And that's what it's telling for the rest of the year. Okay, so that's how you use your talking board, one of the ways you use it. Another way to use it is you can actually take your, oh, the ones that fell on the floor, you can actually pick them up and see what was taken off of the table. If you want to do that to yourself, I like to not look at them or think about them because that's a good way to depress yourself sometimes. So I don't even think about them. It's like, no, I'm not gonna, I don't want to know what was taken off the table. Okay. All right. Another way to use your runes on a talking table. And I'll do this one quickly. I won't give you a full reading. Okay, one fell off. Is you roll them out like that, and then you use them like the energy instead of using them, or not the energy, I'm sorry, you use them as the symbol. So you can use them, for example, the symbol on Algis is the crowfoot. So you think of it as the crow flying, it's stacked up in the air. So you think of the crow flying, so you think of sky or birds. And Othala is the house, the structure of the home, man, etc. And so you can ask a question and actually look at them. This isn't much of a reading because I didn't ask a question, so 99% of this is blanks. But it'll show you, you know, just like you look at them and compare them to where they are in your talking board and do your reading in that form with them as what they are representing, the horse, the cow, whatever, and put them in your reading as such. Okay? All right. So that's our lesson for today, or for this episode. And the next one we do will be on using them in a grid or to scry with, to